Mageva, Sampunguluta, Utompopolalin, Mageva, Mageva, Naruntivesi, Utompopolalin, Mageva.
Came here trying to survive. Hope I make it alive.
All I just need is to try.
I quit my 8 to 5.
So yeah, let me get started on it. Yeah.
Welcome to On the Couch. I'm with a man here. The first time I met him, I judged him. Literally. I don't know if you remember that.
Remind me.
So it was Assemblies of God.
Ah, yeah, I remember that.
There was Assemblies of God competition.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of comedians, and you're one of them. I was invited to be a judge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that, and I had to say this as well. I feel like you're just creating a lot of firsts for me. So this is the first time I've ever been on a podcast to begin with.
Yes.
Very first track I've ever jumped on, that you I ever sang on or rapped on or did anything.
Yeah.
That was to be released.
Yeah.
It was from Wena. And then now, the first time I ever won a trophy
Yes.
in my life was through that comedy show.
Nice.
And you judged me and I won a trophy.
Come on now. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I think you showed everybody was funny. All the guys were funny.
Mm-hmm.
You had a different wit with it because you kind of came through a bit more practiced, a bit more rehearsed. Your comedic timing was good.
Yeah.
It felt like you were more of a stand-up comedian than all the other guys as well. So yeah,
I think it also. I mean, I'd been doing comedy for a bit at the time. I think this was 2013, if I remember well.
Yeah.
2013.
Yeah.
I'd been doing stand-up comedy since 2005.
Yeah.
So ever since Kelela, but actually, let me just do this before I talk about all of that. My name is Bambino, guys. I realize this guy's horrible. He's not My name is Bambino. I'm a comedian, and that's that.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, I joke. I joke.
Yeah, he's a
Not
jokey
joke.
star.
I joke.
All right, man.
But
Okay, yeah. Start us from the very beginning if you want to start from the very beginning.
Let me just take it maybe from there. So basically, I started comedy. Ke bala form 2. I negetsana ko what's this place? Negetsana ko Mosalo Apule at the time.
Snap, man. Castor's here and he
went to crazy. He's a Moscow guy too.
Yeah.
So this was I think 2005. No, 2005. I think I was finishing my. So 2004 actually.
Yeah.
So 2004, I discovered that I was very good at imitating people.
Yeah.
And as a lady, can I get a form to, just being funny around people. I've always had that thing. I just had the wit. I just, I was chilled with it.
Were you in class? This is in class.
Yeah.
So were you a class clown or a funny guy in class?
I was a funny guy in class. Because I didn't go out of my way to do anything. I'd just rock a joke once or twice, and and I think where it stemmed from was I could really imitate someone. I was just really good. The teachers all across, and then I discovered Ashifa Shaba. Ashifa Shaba is a South African comedian who, he had something that he called the Shaba lingo. So the guy would do that, and I learned how to do it, and I killed it.
Yeah.
And I remember I'd do it in class, and the guys would always, "Hey, Bambino, I used to hate that thing.
Like it's automatic.
Literally. And crazy enough, I actually was comfortable with doing that because I wasn't even doing my jokes, so I didn't feel like I was being judged.
Yeah.
So if I rock this joke, people are gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
And I kept on doing it until obviously it started getting annoying now. And hey, Bambino. And the guys got to a point where they would set me up.
Okay.
So literally okay, sharp. Sharp. And then I pull through, get like a mapel and then I rock a joke.
Wait, they're telling you how to bar. They already know that they're not gonna laugh.
Yeah. They're planning ahead. No. So now Bambino, flipping hell, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
But hey man, I wasn't so like So I just pulled through. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do a joke. Because sometimes, you just have to take the bull by the horn. So I just thought to myself, no, I'm actually making it a point that because
but you cannot. Was it happening a couple of times where you're like, these guys are gonna try not to laugh? So now you're like, okay, I'm gonna make sure they laugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in the beginning it was horrible, I have to say. These guys did not laugh. But you could feel the joke was funny.
Yeah.
The guys
were they trying to like? Oh, okay.
And then there would be
this is what from two.
From two.
Okay.
There's a line, a very popular line in there, right? They are blind. They are, so when you're like, after the joke is done,
what year is this though?
2004.
Okay. Cool.
These guys, that thing was the worst. And to this day, no comedian wants to hear that line. What do you say, dude?
I've heard that before. Which sort of way I've heard it? Just pause in there. Sometimes you're addressing. I have a friend who's getting married recently. So we're addressing an issue to Barolo. When they're all sitting down, and we just say what we needed to say and what we needed to say. And there's always the last Morolo to speak.
Yeah.
And we made great points.
Everything is just out the window.
It's out the window. It's like we didn't make any sense in what we were
whatsoever.
saying.
So yeah, man. So I mean, I survived through that. I think maybe a bit of confidence then just beamed through.
Yeah.
Through all of that.
So they started laughing eventually.
Yeah, no, the guys. I mean, they always knew this guy is fine.
Okay.
And I think it just raised my sort of my ability to to be resilient.
Yeah.
Because
but where does this come from? Is it like was it funny around the house, or is anybody funny? Uncles, relatives?
Maybe even taking it before then. So I didn't know this up until like I think 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe less than that.
Yeah.
Apparently I've always been a funny kid. I was just never aware.
Okay.
Hey. So I just had a way with expressing myself. I just had a way with just making people laugh. I honestly, genuinely, I wasn't aware until somebody pointed it out.
Yeah.
So a very good friend of mine, June.
Yeah.
June says, yo, Bambi, so we did a WhatsApp group because Naratana go Shepard for primary school.
Yeah. Okay.
So I brought all these guys together. Guys, let's do a WhatsApp group. And it's like what? Almost I think it was 18, 19 years after we had finished primary.
Yeah.
So this year actually is our 20th anniversary of the primary after graduating from primary school. So sharp. We did a WhatsApp group. I put them all in. I hunt for everyone. Literally, I'm behind all of this. I'm just hunting for everyone. Like,
how many classmates were you like?
I think there's just over 20.
Okay,
over 20.
Cool.
But I hunt for them. Facebook everywhere. Facebook was the only thing really. But yeah. And then I found everyone, and then the group was created, and then it was just reminiscing hell out the whole way through. And this girl says, "Bambi, do you remember class standard 4? When you came, Hotere shared a story about what we did on the holidays, and you had gone to BDFD, and then you literally reenacted the whole of BDFD." So I'm like, what? How come I don't remember this? Yo, now a douche, and I'm like, what? What do you mean? And everybody else remembers this, and I just don't. I'm like, what the hell? Kind of nigga zone out. When I was doing these jokes, and I was making, and apparently I was in front of the class.
Yeah.
And at standard 4, I was like, how old was I? I think maybe 10. But I genuinely don't remember this. So ever since then, I'm keep asking people, yo guys, can't then again say like my mom was like, hey, we're not no problem. Like, what? Me? Guys, I was the best kid in the world. And people like, dog, the things you'd say, it would just be, why
what kind of comedian were you? Like, are you like philosophical or something? Like, were you questioning that? Like reality stuff, the status quo.
I think so Hagi similar because I was merely just trying to get people to laugh. I would scrape for anything that would make people laugh. Even if it meant, because back then I didn't know how to write jokes. I have to admit.
Yeah.
So I had to learn how to joke in. I learned that over the years. But back then, like when you joke, I'm gonna perform it.
Okay.
It didn't matter where I got the joke from.
Okay.
Even if somebody would tell me a joke.
Yeah.
That's my next joke. I'm gonna do it on stage. And on stage, kind of my very first performance, Nikile mo Miss Musala Pool.
Yeah.
V show. V show.
Yeah.
And I won. Actually, no. Miss Musala Pool. Like a performer. And then after the performer, they really liked what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then we won a V show. Then so the teachers said, "No, join the V show. Yeah, no V show. It's dancers and singers. You remember back in the day?
Yeah.
How's I been our pair? Those are all the talents that we had.
That's true. So
I was the one guy, odd guy who came through.
Got the joke. Yeah.
So I get another group in and I'm just the only person in there.
Yeah.
But I actually won.
Yeah. Oh.
Crazy thing. Yeah, I won, and then
you won above dancers and singers.
No, not above
your
those
own
guys.
little category.
In my own category, I was the only person.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it.
No, in a league of your own.
How could I not win? Even if I had lost, I would have won.
Yeah.
But I did stand out quite a lot, and because I remember my teacher. There was a teacher who loved the fact that I was doing comedy.
Yeah.
He even bought me my first CD. Snap. Bought it and because I didn't no matter what my
This is junior school. That's crazy.
14 years, yeah.
And you saw her like, let me invest in this lady.
He's like, yo, dog, take this. And
So how was your grades though? Are you passing? Are you average?
The crazy thing is, I've always been an above average kid all my life.
Okay.
And that annoys me because I feel like I have so much more potential. And because like I've never had to work hard to go to the next stage.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So academically, school, I get my 60, I get 70, but I was just literally just floating around there.
Were you reading hard or is it just?
And that's the thing, I didn't put in
a lot effortless.
It was effortless. So I wouldn't put in effort. I wouldn't do a lot, and because I was just passing through with the skin on my teeth.
Yeah.
It just felt alright. I never felt the stress to work harder than I already, I know it just annoys me because I feel like if I just exerted a bit more in my life,
you would have been like excelling. So excelling, are you saying it's a natural thing that you kind of always had? That
honestly, I think so.
There's a similarity. So
yeah,
I don't know if you know Dignesh.
Yeah.
So I used to school with his little brother. His name's Paco Marapedi.
Okay.
Call him Speaker.
Okay.
So he's also like
he's
really funny guy.
Yeah.
And it's him and the brother.
Natural.
Like really, really funny. Like he would tell us like, Parami Kombi was on his way to school. Just a
simple story.
We're all on the floor. We're all on the floor.
It's the way in which somebody just narrates something. Like they an underlying thing that
it's an ability to communicate because right now he does a lot of like he does some MC gigs. I know Dick Nash also does that. Like it's like I feel like for him I'm told from a close friend that they get it from the dad. The dad is very witty with it. The old man has it, and the way they could communicate amongst like his ability to just communicate amongst friends and stuff is what they catch.
It's that wit, man.
Yeah, that wit.
It's that wit. Yeah. Even now that you mentioned that, Dignesh is one of the greatest comedians that I look up to.
He's
locally.
insane.
And all of this just sounds like it's off the cuff every single time. It doesn't seem like he thinks about it. And I feel like that's one thing I really like. And I strive to get to a level great, effortless, sharp. I have to think about stuff, but when everything sounds effortless, even when you've put in years of work, then that is something that I really want to achieve.
Cool. So you're at junior. When you moved to senior, what happened? Anything that happened?
So sharp, actually right at junior, because a lot of things happen. Junior ring. So junior ring as well. I became my African dream.
Okay.
Yeah.
My African dream.
My African dream, a competition.
Yeah.
Boom, I go in, same thing.
Any joke you remember from that time? Anything you're building up?
Yeah, there's a joke that I did which wasn't really appreciated as much by the judges. So joke. So okay, here's the biggest challenge I had. So you find that with dancers and singers, and other talents, like gymnastics or whatever it is that kids were doing at the time.
Yeah.
You find that they rehearse.
Yeah.
They're able to rehearse routines and whatnot.
Yeah.
I can't rehearse stand-up comedy.
Yes.
More than once.
Yes.
And we had rehearsals.
Yes.
From African dream rehearsal. Sharp, do your joke. You heard the joke.
If you hear it,
Yeah.
it won't be funny the
next time.
The element of surprise type of
And
vibe.
so auditions, I killed the auditions. I remember those auditions. I killed those because also I think even if I hadn't killed it, I think because I stood out as a comedian.
Yeah.
There weren't many comedians at the time.
Yeah.
I really stood out. So Sharp. Dancers, singers, miscellaneous. Still, story of my life.
League of your own.
So miscellaneous, there's a guitarist, there's a drummer, and there's a comedian. The comedian is me.
Okay.
Now the guitarist is some guy called Emmanuel Goba or Goba. I think it's Goba.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the drummer is a guy called Kaya Groth.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's all of 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah.
And that boy can play the drums like a crazy person.
Snap. Okay.
So now, miscellaneous where Mickey, I'm going through the struggle, Ella. I'm going through the struggle so Sharp. I'm a comedian to begin with, so you can stress him. And he's playing his tune. Ding 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 ding. Why raga? Then drummer guy, 7 years old. This kid is wheeled onto the stage. I'm like, I can't beat this. He's wheeled onto the stage. What am I staging? And I better drum. 7 years old. Kaya Groth is the very talented Kaya Groth, who's an extreme motorcyclist. He's a musician. He's a marimba player, solo marimba player.
Yeah.
He's so many great talents. Now at 7.
I've heard of him. Light skin
guy with dreads.
Yeah.
So now he's 7.
Yeah.
Just as talent. So that I couldn't win. Even if I tried. He's 7, guys. He's 7 and he's drumming like a crazy when he switches up, the whole audience just looks. I'm like
So did you get on demoralized, or was it after you jumped on?
No. I think I jumped on after Kaya.
Yeah.
Nah, but I wasn't demoralized because I think I'd accepted my fate. No matter how talented I am, because this kid is 7. And now I can try push to make people laugh. Sharp. But go 7, dog. Like I'm like 15 or whatever. This guy's 7. So from there, the kid won, and I have to also just give it to him. He was really
kudos,
talented.
man. Kudos.
And the joke that I did, it was it's actually I used to just pick jokes from everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's about I don't know if you know those jokes. I don't know if
I would know a few of those.
Yeah. So one of those, and it had my own twists in it.
Yeah.
So basically, the guy goes, "Why water affairs?" At the time, I think they said no water utilities.
It was water affairs.
It was water affairs.
Yeah.
So better water affairs. Why tripping I was telling it differently, of course.
Yeah.
I was sharing it as I'm sharing it now.
Yeah.
But then Masadi Abasala Muntlungalo knows. So I said to Muntlungalo knows and Rabasala Sashalanyats. Mind you, I'm 15. Do I get yet? So Sashalanyats, yes, and Sashalanyats. Nyati pulls through. The guy pulls through Hatsena Aba Horayanung. That truck, Lenko tripping le Manamhol. A being a breakdown. Or Manamholwa Boa. Then Masadi has to now hide. And then I'm 15.
You are 15, dog.
And the guy's naked and hides on top of the wardrobe. And then the wife just sits there. Then the guy comes. And then, the real joke then gets to okay, the old man has a radio. So I had to tell someone say, hey, Mau, kana traka rona e swetse mo tseleng ya lo ba tse ano batho ba tla utilities go dile re boela kwano hela re tle re tlatla go re traka sna na ba nka ngwe re tla re le gone ra antiriping all right. So ne ke itshekele dikgang. This is kana no go gato go maitse boa. Like he check the kang radio, and his radio also happens to be on top of the wardrobe. So yeah, the joke is that he's supposed to hold on to his piece.
Yeah,
but I had to now because I'm thinking TV, right?
Yeah.
So I had to use his nose.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, aba motsara mo ngonya na krara ile a ro richa radio. Aba tsara ngwa twister radio, twister nko. The guy went yes, I was radio station so he decides to make a plan out of ding 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 ding. Say que from Mama Samosana Mogabroni, the Kango says I can't just Raole, Delegiri Cover. Ba bereki ba wata fes ba ko le ya bone se tse mo tseleng ya lopatse ba kupia gore ba boela go yone ka ba kantse. The guy then says mogatsaka ba bua ka traka rona gating ka tjao gating ta go la bar kar ba bereki ba wata fes ba ko le ya bone se tse mo tseleng ya lopatse ba kupia gore ba boela go yone ka gore ba nkantse. So that was my joke. I love that joke so much. It's crazy, it's stupid. It's not my original joke. I feel like I did tweak it a little bit to just make it mine, but yeah.
So where'd you get it from though?
So it was just making rounds. I think like from just random people would share jokes. Also because I think a comedian at the time. Yeah. People, good to joke, woman, and then somebody would share it.
Okay, yeah. So you're kind of like a legend rod for jokes.
Yeah. So I was the go-to. So from
I think the judges were like.
Yeah, no. I mean, and then the 7-year-old.
And then the 7-year-old outdid you. Like, yeah.
So imagine having to repeat that joke. The same joke. Guys. I can't do the same joke. But
and you didn't have a lot of material that time.
I did have it, but the thing is, do the one you're going to do at the final because we want to
polish it up.
Like,
and how do they polish that one up?
They didn't. Like, I think no, that joke is too, because I think there was one lady who did not understand English. At the Setswana rather. Yeah. Because I was doing the joke in Setswana. And then But yeah, so post that Form 4, we move on
shout out. That's my place.
Led high, you know what it is. Led high.
Yeah.
So orientation week, first day. That thing where the lecturer, how did the teachers by introduce the subject, the very peak
orientation week. I got a story. I got a lead high. I got a lead high story.
You need to share yours.
As
well.
Yeah.
So second day, the teacher guidance. But there's basically a slot dealing with one of the teachers is not there because they have a class. But my form 5. I got another form 4.
Yeah.
So we have a slot here. So all the guys were almost like Bambi. But I'm like, nah guys, come on. I just got to the school. Can I do 2 days later? Relax yourself. I'm not trying to be that guy.
Yeah.
There's a guy that goes up onto the stage, he does his thing, it's not funny. I got on the emblem.
Yeah.
Oh guys, and people are just like what? Oh, that's not funny.
Yeah.
So he gets off stage, and so the guys start to just push me until, because I'm on the edge.
Yeah.
Until I literally just get pushed off. Then somebody says, Bambino. People that recognize me, even from other schools, because there was a point when I'd perform for the DNT exhibition.
Yeah.
I'd go perform there.
Yeah.
So there was people that also recognized me. From primary school. Bambino. Oh goodness.
Snap.
So from the very end of that hall.
And you're walking. Are they clapping as you're walking?
Dude. And I felt the pressure.
Yeah.
At that moment, I genuinely felt the pressure. Yes. Now I have to make these people laugh. And get into like ke na go tsa mabanta Levi tsentsha le fashion
Hey, guys,
tsentsha le banta la Levi le na le bakele tone kana but ya no because of the loop at school like le tele and ga le tsene ga le khone go boela le tsena into the loop again so let's my lead down hela so I'm walking Bambino bona le bante and it's just going I'm trying to hold it down.
Yo.
Dude, it was a whole thing. But I get there, make people laugh, and it's crazy.
Wait,
wild.
hold up. Like, you get there and you make people, like, how would you start nervous? Are you holding the mic? Or?
I mean, I'm definitely nervous because I think that was the biggest crowd I'd ever performed for.
Yeah.
And this was a whole class. Yeah, I'm a form 4. This is like maybe 400 students.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
And when I get there, I get on the mic, I'm nervous, I'm feeling.
Do you say a first joke? Was the first joke a little dry? Then you
Nah.
From the first joke, you just
landed.
clapped.
First line. I don't even remember what I said. I remember as soon as I grabbed the mic, I said something. People went wild. I think also the anticipation, knowing that this guy is supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Because there's so many applause. There's so many people making so much noise.
Snuff.
They just know. So I get there, the first thing I say, "Gwa!" From there, I just literally just waiting, grinning, waiting to just laugh. And hey, batera. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do this thing that I do at the very end. You are, ladies and gentlemen, at the very end of the show, you want to take your best joke away. And then I have to no butsama.
Yeah.
Like a Bambino, I'm gonna separate the and I put the mic down and walked away.
Yeah.
Because I hit up then can I let no go bang. Dog, I got slapped so hard.
Dude.
But yeah.
Because they wanted you to come back.
Yeah, no, beyond that, it was just a thing. You're crazy.
Yeah.
And now the following day,
Snap, I get it. I get it.
the following day, they actually created a slot.
Yeah.
I got the previous day in teacher Nasio. I created a slot. So I pulled through and I killed it as well.
Yeah.
But that was there. It was an angelic thing. It was magical.
Man.
Tell me about your orientation.
That's how I got the name Genirol.
Okay.
So it was crazy. There was a time where MCs used to be called Mister. So the original name is Spectacular. Spec. I used to go by Spec.
Okay.
My name's Spec. So I heard I think it was 50 Cent. I heard Eminem go, "I'm a general." What? Hey. So that they stop calling me Mr. Spec. I called myself General Spec. So the guys who know me will call me Spec. They will know me from way back. They'll call me Spec. So yeah, I'm like, yo, I'm General Spec. So we get there orientation. Bomb rapper. We knew each other from the Sprite days or a few other corners and stuff like that. So we're coming through. A few guys know each other. Orientation days, like the thing is, the week is happening. Then Bomb Rapper say, no, we need to start a cipher. Everyone was calling everyone who they knew. Then my phone for who's the rapper?
Who's the big dude?
Guys called me in and guys started doing cipher or rapping. I had not rapped I had not rapped yet. So it was just one of those things of sizing each other up.
What the steez is?
What the steez is? So guys are coming in. There were some dope guys in. Dope. So I'm going there. I'm like, man, I need to stand out as well, but I don't know how to stand out or whatnot. When I get punchline. Punchline. So I come in. I only spit. I think I spit about 6-7 lines.
Yeah.
Everyone shut down after that. So I said this line, which
this cool. Oh goodness, dog! 6-7 lines.
Yeah, but it was like the hip hop heads. It wasn't like the whole school. It was like
like the fact that you closed everybody off.
Yeah,
6-7 lines.
Yeah, it was crazy because I said something like I had this line that went. It was like, okay, so I have to go back a little bit. So one of my homies did MSK actually.
Yeah.
I used to rap. I used to rap a lot about guns and stuff. So he never liked me rapping about stuff. He's like, rap what's real. So I'm like, no, let me rap. Let me find a way to tell guys I can mess them up
Yeah.
without telling them I can mess them up.
Aha.
So, yo, I'm the general. I'll invite you to your own funeral. Then the guys were like, what? You invite me to your own funeral? That thing went crazy. Guys went crazy. From then, there's no spec. Get general.
Because you're the general.
You invite you to your own funeral. So that then another thing is like there was no internet. There was no internet then.
Yeah.
So other schools will hear the general and he invites you to your own funeral. So like
So
when
that became your title.
yeah, that became the
Crazy.
title. Then started calling me general,
Oh,
general,
crazy,
Dan,
dog.
Dan. I was like, okay, you know what?
I like this.
General Spec is a long name. Let me just
Stick to general.
Let me just speak to general.
That's what's up. But
Yeah.
but you write it differently. Why do you write it differently?
No, I wouldn't say. So basically, I'll invite you to your own funerals, like I'll kill you. kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But I have to write it in such a way that it doesn't say I'm killing you.
Yeah, no, that I get.
Or like-
How you wrote general, like the way you spell general.
Yeah.
You spell
No,
differently.
it's just so that it doesn't get. It's a common thing.
Uh-huh.
Just so that I have my own little spin
And also,
about
it's
it.
crazy because general and common, like, it's the same synonymous words.
Very
So
much,
You don't
very
want a
much.
common name. So.
Yeah, so it's just for me to kind of like stand out amongst the like have
I
my
like
own IP and kind of thing, or like okay, let me just say it this way.
I like that.
Yeah, I wanted to just, I used to say something like I'm Genirol. It flows to the tongue a little slow. So it's kind of like a little wordplay
as
thing.
well.
Yeah,
I like that.
So yeah, they like those little things. Yeah.
The reason why I asked this is because my birth names are Umbambi Ndiwenyu.
Okay.
But yeah, I go by Bambino.
Okay.
And it's not a manly name.
What does Umbambi mean?
Umbambi is Zulu. It means Motwari,
Okay. All
or
right.
the holder.
Okay.
Umbambi, umuntu obambayo abanye, Umbambi. So like Umbambi.
Yeah.
Don't know what my parents.
That
would
sounds
think.
sick though. When
Yeah.
you say that. That sounds sick.
Motwari.
Yeah.
And then Ndiwenyu is my last name. It means Kewalona.
Okay.
I'm yours.
Okay.
Hey,
Cool.
Kewalona.
That's
So yeah,
it's poetic, man. Huh?
very right.
Yeah.
Motwari Kewalona.
So yeah.
So now Bambino.
Mm.
But how Bambino came about was, I think, the same year that I started being a comedian. I was a lady who was a teacher. I'm forgetting her name, though. I'm forgetting her name. I remember the other lady because so that's how I remember her. Mama Louie. Then there was the other lady. I forget her name. So she used to. I think I was cute when I was younger. Yeah, I was. Come on. So she used to have this thing. Oh, Bambino. Like she'd call me very affectionately, especially Agira Spiny, and I'd do my artwork, submit it, and whatever. I said, "Oh, Bambanana, what did you want, Nana? Bambinono." And the name caught on.
That wasn't pissing you off.
It was the worst thing.
Yeah.
And also, to make it worse, everybody in the class decides to call me Bambino, and I hate it. I hate it so much. It's just getting bad by the day. These days, hey, Bambino. I'm like, what? Guys, why are you gonna call me that? Don't call me that.
Yeah.
First of all, it's like I hated the name, and I realized the more you hate the name, people say the more you hate the name, the more it sticks.
The more it sticks.
By the time I realized, flip, I think it's sticking because I hate it. Then I started liking it. I think at the time the damage was done. I started liking it. No, I just accept it.
Yeah.
Little I am. And nope, it never stopped. I got wherever I went, the name followed me. So I just decided, you know what? That's a cool name anyway. Yeah.
I actually thought it was your real name. Actually.
For real? Yeah, I mean, hey, man, I put it across so much. A lot of people believe it's my real name. So, and I had to stick through. There's people that have called me Bambino on official documents. There was a point I was wondering, but I'm like, nah, I have a cool name, Umbambi, dog.
Yeah.
I have a cool name. So I can just use this as my stage name. I'm super cool with that.
That's so cool. So yeah, Lidumang, Form 5. What does Form 5 feel like?
I just remember a crazy story. I had a look at my freaking dream. There was a kid who was introducing me, the guy says, and right now we have a comedian coming on stage. His name is Numba Numba. Numba. What? How do you mess up my name like that, dog? And also, I told them, just say Bambino, guys, because you're gonna fail to pronounce it sharp. Numba, also known as Bambino. Why did you? But yeah, so I did Lidumang.
Yeah.
You know, I finished high school, sharp. I do BAC. I get into software engineering.
So, what are you thinking? Like, you're doing software engineering. Are you thinking, I want to be a comedian? Are you thinking?
You know, I think what I was speaking about earlier, I felt like I've always just been above average without having to put in a lot of effort. I feel like I didn't put in work. I felt like I was lucky to get into varsity.
Yo, man, many people don't share that story. So
yeah, you know, it's always a very difficult. I was honestly very lucky because I think I'd gotten 31 points. Yeah, smart as I'm a very intelligent guy, I'll tell you that. Yeah. But I clearly didn't put in any effort. I didn't do anything. I got 31 points. And at the time, you know, that was low. I think UB was accepting 34 going up or 35. Yeah. So BAC accepted me because MCeeing, more physics, or rather in my sciences. So you know, and English as well. So we get there now, and then I took it very seriously. And at that point, I mean, I wasn't fully aware that I could do comedy professionally. So essentially, all I'm doing is what is the best thing to be doing right now that is selling. And IT was the booming thing. You know, like IT was like, this is 08. IT was the 8th thing, and I was like, flip, I've gotten in. So I get to enable. I'm a programmer, software engineering. So I was similar, you know, the Java, code, so I did that, and crazy enough, first day of orientation. I don't even know how this comes about. Somebody just says, out of nowhere. And there's obviously always a couple of people that you're in the previous school with. Yo, Bambino. But say that. And so at this point, I'm just thinking, agents, But you know, I finally, because now everybody's calling. People banna le bravery. Hey, Bambino, Bambino, no Bambino. Everybody says Bambino. Everybody starts saying Bambino,
because it's also an easy name.
Yeah, and they don't even know who the person is. So I stand up. Okay, I jump onto the stage.
Do you have any jokes lined up? Anything?
You know, I think what I always try to do is just have a stash of jokes, you know, emergency stashing, just a joke that I can
share. Back in the days, they used to make sure we had some rhymes in the just in case.
I'm to pull up. So you know, it was that, and I got on, did a really good number of jokes, and even at the time, I think I remember very well, I was still doing jokes that weren't original. Because at the time, I'll just do specifically joke from album and I'll do that. And I'll just try to improve it here and there. Because sometimes when you say your joke, somebody then you know, like a heckler or something. And you can inspire something that you can work with in the future. So from there, I killed that performance, and then from then now I was a resident comedian. And this was 08. So 08, I'd get into that. And then second year, still, you remember, I've been literally just passing, you know, skolo, kesa struggle. Same thing happens, kinske pasanyana hella. But yeah, no, varsity make it dog. Varsity will show you dust. By second year, I fail, I think one module. And you can't proceed to year 3 without having passed one module. Snap. And it was one of those main ones. I think it was Java coding. Sure.
Yeah, Java been clapping dudes. Man.
Yeah, so you know, I failed that. Now, my sponsorship got basically send a message I think to thingy to ministry. I don't know. This guy's cut off flip. I have to explain to my parents, "Cat, you know what, dude? We can't do." So, hey man,
what were you doing at that time? Like that was really like
nothing.
Were you just messing around? Like
I was just not putting in effort into anything. Because at the time, like I'm saying, team. It's a team of first 11. For some reason, you know, and you never have to maybe show up go practicing. You never have to do. But it just felt like luck to me.
Yeah.
In all honesty, and I think it just made me to a very good degree. Made me very complacent. 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 Like I don't feel the need to put in effort.
Yeah.
So by second year, I failed. So now I have to do the module thing in the evenings so that Kibo let's get. So I go and work for my dad. Now he runs a civil engineering company.
Yeah.
So go hey, just salary for the very first time in my life.
Your dad's paying you proper.
Yeah.
Just like
decent.
the family salary.
Yeah, it's like literally just a bit more than the allowance.
Yeah.
So family salary and all sorts.
Obviously, young man, we can't
give you too much.
Can't give you too much.
And remember, this is the time.
You soon be too trusted in this house.
So remember, this is the time also in Ruka 1.9 or 1.9 so like literally
before the inflation.
Before the allowance was reduced.
So
now Mdala and about top and sharp and it was more than 1.9.
Yeah.
I think it was like 2.5. So that was decent for me. And I had no responsibilities, by the way. So I was like,
when you say you had no responsibilities, and I think this is going to be helpful, they weren't letting you pay the electricity.
Yeah.
Were you paying that? Nothing.
Literally, because like like it would have been me. You know what the other thing was?
Okay.
So project in a time. So
Okay.
So what I would have to do actually was just buy food. I had a housemate. The guy was like a site agent or whatever. So so I had very little worries at the time. I didn't even drink alcohol at the time.
Pause there. What's your connection to Mulapul?
It's dog. I think let me explain it this way. Shepherd, getting it in primary school. I think this is because I don't know. Some of these things. But I have family that side.
You got family that side.
I have family that side, and so there's a connection.
Yeah.
And then my mom and my dad have a farm, Honekaku as well.
Yep.
And then it's just I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Literally,
and the reason I'm asking is that that's where I'm married, and
for real.
Yeah. So that's like my connection.
Yeah,
when you mentioned that, I'm just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So and also because of that project, so I just it just so happens that I would get so much connection with Mulepula. One of my very good friends is from Mulepula, and Nanyala last year. There's
that's so cool.
Yeah, and I used to live in the military base with her pathway as well. At some point. So so Mulepula is that type with me. So what was I? I forgot what.
You're not the civil engineering.
So I'm basically earning that money, and I get an evening school just to finish this Java course. And so I move on to year 3.
And they continue your bursary and whatnot.
The progression or something. Yeah.
Now now the money is a little lower.
Salary allowance 1.4.
So when you get there, the
I get quite
the allowance is now
1.4.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 1.4.
So you kind of were in between that transition.
Yeah, but crazy enough, I think then it was more. I'd already experienced the 1.4
for a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit. I think for a year.
Okay.
So Nikanal experience, but now I'd already gone up the scale. Coming back down was a thing, and I think my mental health I just didn't put in effort. I went back to literally after being so embarrassed. Can I get FD?
Yeah.
So after being that embarrassed, and I've put in effort. First semester I do the right things. Second semester of third year, I'm supposed to pass this thing and I don't. Another FD. And that was that with my life with that. Like literally that was the end of
what are your parents saying now?
Pissed. I have to say.
They're really pissed.
They're really pissed.